friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing my top chicken recipes. I did a similar video to this one. I did my top ground beef recipes and you guys really liked it, so I thought maybe I'd do a few more. Right out of the gate, I want to tell you most of these recipes use dark meat or fatty cuts of chicken. You can use whatever cuts you like. It's really just personal preference. I thrive on fats. I think it tastes better, but you use whatever you want to use. The very first recipe is arroz con pollo. Now, I don't eat rice, so you may be wondering, how in the world can you eat arroz con pollo? Cauliflower rice done properly tastes just as good. So good that my dad, who is Puerto Rican, could not tell the difference. But you have to do it specifically the way that it is written in this recipe. I'm going to link all the recipes in the description below, but please make sure that you check this one out and use the way that she cooks cauliflower rice for any dish that uses cauliflower rice. But the magic that it makes, the texture is the same, it feels the same, it soaks up the sauces and all the sofrito and all of that good stuff. So just, if you don't like cauliflower rice and you're thinking, I'm not going to do that, just try it this way, try it again, and I promise you, you will change your mind. This recipe I helped Melissa write because, like I said, my dad's Puerto Rican. My abuela made arroz con pollo anytime we went to visit her, and it's one of my favorite dishes, something that I truly missed. And so this was modeled after her recipe, and it's perfect. It's perfection. I absolutely love it. So if you haven't ever had arroz con pollo, put it on your list. It's delicious. The second one you've probably seen on my channel multiple times in my What I Eat in a Day vlogs. I have mentioned it over and over and over and over again. It's chipotle chicken. This is also one of Melissa's recipes. It is so simple, but it makes the chickens just perfect and different, and it's not the same old thing. For me, chicken breast is just a no-go, unless I'm making chicken nuggets, and I'm getting to that. But for the most part, I just don't like chicken breast. But you could do this with chicken breast, and it actually makes it really, really good. We prefer to do chicken thighs. They just taste better. So, like I said, chicken nuggets. I love chicken nuggets. It's something that I ate all the time. I think most of us probably did. Specifically Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Now, Melissa has a recipe on her channel. I do mine a little bit differently, but the way that most people do Chick-fil-A nuggets when they're gluten-free, keto, low carb, whatever, is they soak the chicken in pickle juice overnight or several hours, and then they batter it. So what I like to do is I use pork panko and Parmesan cheese, and then I cook it in butter or avocado oil. Marinating it in pickle juice is what makes the big difference. And then you can also add a sweetener if you are sugar-free. Then you can use allulose or swerve, monk fruit, whatever. I use allulose just a little bit. You don't need much, and it sweetens it up to taste similar to the Chick-fil-A. Now, I don't always do that. Most of the time I don't, but if you're wanting something, if you're craving the Chick-fil-A nuggets, then that's the thing. She also has a Chick-fil-A sauce recipe on her blog, which I will link below as well. And it's a dead ringer, sugar-free, low carb, clean ingredients, tastes just the same. The fourth you've probably seen if you've been following me long enough. I used to make this all the time, chicken Alfredo, and it's not, you can watch, I think I've linked the video to where I make chicken Alfredo. I eyeball everything. Chicken Alfredo, you just use whatever cut of chicken that you want. I marinate mine in Italian dressing the night before if I have time. If not, I just kind of throw it in there for an hour or two. What I like to do is fresh garlic. So I'll cook my chicken in butter, and then whatever's left over, like the chicken drippings and the butter, that's what I make my sauce out of. So I add cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, and fresh minced garlic, or I use my garlic press, and then I put the garlic in there first and the butter and the drippings and saute the garlic. Then I throw the cheese in, the cream cheese and the Parmesan cheese, and then I pour a little bit of heavy cream in there too, and chef's kiss. Super easy and simple. You can add as much garlic as you want. I add a lot, but you could just make it without garlic if you're someone who's sensitive to garlic, but it's much better with garlic. You can also add some broccoli in with that too. A lot of people like to do chicken Alfredo. If they're not eating noodles and stuff like that, they'll add broccoli and it's delicious as well. The next one's not really a recipe, but it is chicken. So Carnivore Crisp makes chicken breast chips, and they're 100% just chicken breasts. And they are crispy and thin, and they are the perfect chip replacement for those of us who are just not eating that kind of junk anymore. They're so crispy. I do nachos with them. I dip my guacamole with them. I dip my salsa with them. I dip my cheese dip with them. They're a vehicle for my dips, essentially. They're a great source of protein. They're very high in protein, low in fat. So I always add something to them, like cheese or avocado or something like that. But you can just eat them by themselves. Honestly, if you're someone who's trying to increase your protein, it's a super easy way. I could eat the whole bag, and it's an enormous amount of protein. I do have a discount code. I'll put it on the screen. It's just BERRY, berry. I just realized Toto's like front and center in this video. He's taking a nap. Be careful. Be careful. Don't fall off the couch, Toto. Recently, we just tried this one out. This is another Melissa recipe. A lot of these are. Most of the time, if I'm sharing recipes, they're hers. She's just fantastic. If you aren't following her on Facebook, she is on Facebook, and all of her recipes will be linked below. But she and her husband are really good at smoking things and grilling and those type of things. So he smoked us some wings and thighs the other day, and normally wings, I'm kind of over it. Like, I ate wings for years. I've been doing this way of eating for years, and that was one of my go-tos, was chicken wings. And then I just got over it. Like, you know, they're just wings, but smoked, they're a bit different. It's a much more flavorful experience, and the seasonings that they use, everything works just so well, and it's a good change up from the usual, just like buffalo wings. Creamy chicken soup I did 2 years ago on this channel, and it's one of my highest performing recipes. It's super simple. I use the Instant Pot, but you can just do it on the stove, and I use bone broth in it, so it's a really good place to use your bone broth. I get asked a lot, how do you use bone broth? A lot of people just drink it, but you can add it to soups and stews and use it however you want. You don't just have to drink it plain or eat it plain. So I add bone broth to all of my soups and stews, but this one in particular has been super popular, and with fall coming up, you can make this and have a cozy day, and it's just so good. I get so many messages. That video is old, and I still get messages to this day. I love your creamy chicken soup. I had it yesterday. I tried it for the first time. People really love it, so go check out that video. And I think I actually wrote that recipe out. I don't always do that, but I think I did for that one. That video is linked below, and then the recipe, I think the written out recipe, is in the description of that video if you're someone who doesn't like to watch video recipes. Chicken salad is another one I've been doing on my What I Eat in a Days for a long time. I have linked the video where I did that. The difference between that video and what I do now is, now I do use bone-in and skin-on chicken thighs for my chicken salad, but now I take the skin off before I cook the chicken thighs, and I put it in my air fryer and I crisp them up, and I just make chips out of the skin instead of leaving them in the chicken salad, which really bothered a lot of people because some people don't like the soggy skin, which I understand. And honestly, it's much better anyways to eat the chicken skin as a chip. They're just super, super tasty. It's so simple. I did that in a video as well, and I'll link that one too for the chicken skins. So if you're someone who loves chicken skins, just make sure you peel it off. It's really easy to do. It comes right off, and then stick it in your air fryer. You can even crumble it up on top of your chicken salad as like croutons. The next one is for those of you who want to add liver into your daily or weekly way of eating, or just your way of eating in general. It's chicken liver mousse. A lot of people hear liver and they're like, oh, but do this recipe. It is a little time consuming, but it makes a big batch, and you don't have to eat it all at once. You know, it stays in the fridge for like a week probably, and you can add it to different things. It's so good. It's a great source of nutrients. Liver really is a superfood. It's the only way I eat liver, unless I'm having a cheat day and we go to the barbecue place and I get it deep fried, and then I suffer for like 3 days. Very last one is marinated chicken quarters. I found these chicken quarters at Walmart 6 months ago. It's a huge bag of chicken quarters. Hopefully your Walmart has them too. Super budget friendly. I think I got 10 pounds for $10. I mean, that's really good. That's a great deal. And what I did was I stuck them in a Ziploc bag, Italian dressing to marinate them. You can use Primal. It's a really good Italian dressing that's sugar-free, no additives, no junk. And I let them sit either overnight or at least for 2 hours. And then I stick them in a casserole dish. And then I top it with garlic and onion. You can throw whatever you want in there. Some rosemary, salt, pepper, all that good stuff. And then I bake it in the oven. And it's just a simple, easy thing. One dish, shove it in. You can throw some broccoli in there too. If I do put the broccoli in there, which I did several times because it worked out really well, I put the broccoli in first, and then I put the thighs or the chicken quarters on top of the broccoli, so that when the chicken cooks, the fat drips down into the broccoli and it just makes it so flavorful. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make that this week actually. That sounds really good. Okay, so that's my top 10 chicken recipes. Like I said, everything will be linked in the description, all the recipes, videos, that sort of thing. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more videos just like this. I do lots of what I eat in a day vlogs, and it's just healthy lifestyle over here. So hang out with me and I'll see you in the next one. Love you, mean it. Bye.